Vermont, and we would go through the sugar maple forest, because that's where this all comes from. A place called St. Johnsbury, Vermont. Cary and Maine, who created the whole thing. What they did is they brought us a barrel-aged maple syrup, which is unbelievable. Now they take that barrel-aged maple syrup and they refine it down, which is literally refining, boiling it, down to when it crystallizes. Not quite candy state, but it is ooey, gooey, yummy deliciousness. It is packed with flavor. It's more intense than maple syrup, but it's not as candy-like as the maple candies. It's in the middle. But it takes 2 pints of maple syrup to make 1 pint of this stuff. I had about 400. We have 247 left right there. Stephanie Roberts, my very good friend. This, I told you, this is like the caviar of like sweetness.
It is a treat because 2 things. It starts with the purest, the best ingredient, Cary and Maine maple syrup.
1 ingredient.
1 ingredient, the maple syrup. And not just any maple syrup, single-sourced maple syrup from trees that have been around for more than a century. So we are starting with the very best quality, but then that maple syrup is carefully boiled, cooled, and whipped and whipped and whipped and whipped.
It's
and
amazing.
it is whipped literally into what you could call butter. Now, there's no dairy in this. There is 1 ingredient in here, and it's the maple syrup. But if I gave you a blind taste test, if you didn't know what a maple cream was, and I gave you a little, on a pretzel, that's my favorite way. My second new favorite way is this corn muffin. It's amazing. You would think it's butter because it is that creamy. Now, this is decadent. This is a treat. I'll be the first to tell you.
And it's not cheap. It is good. This is top of the line. Real deal. All right? This is the last time to get it on 5 Flex, which is what's $5.48, and you get it delivered home, and you get 2. And let me tell you,
that's about what you need, right? That's
this
it.
will last you, I mean, if you gobble it down, but this could last you weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks.
Absolutely, because a tiny little bit, just like the maple syrup, goes a very long way.
I've had it on French toast.
Oh, yeah, that would be
Let me just tell you, that should be illegal. To have this on French toast or to have it on a bagel or a corn muffin.
The corn
pancakes.
Muffin,
you can put it in coffee. Yeah, it's crazy good.
Look at that, and then I'm gonna make a little sandwich, and the crumbly of the muffin with the sweetness of the maple cream. Yeah, I love the salty, crunchy sweet, so I like to do it like that. So there's a great story with the maple cream. I know, isn't it amazing?
If you've never had it before, nothing will prepare you for how good that is.
Or how smooth it is. Nothing prepared me for the smoothness. I have had it before, and it's kind of crystally.
By the way, auto ship already sold out. That's how fast it's going.
Because it's rare. It is hard to find. This is specially brought to us from Cary and Maine. In fact, when Cary and Maine talked to me about this, they said, we wanted to actually bring this years ago, but we always sell out of it, and it is so hard for us to make it. It takes 3 days to make 1 container of maple cream. Look how thick that is. That is crazy.
It is.
So if you're wondering what else you can do with it, I'm not gonna lie. You could sit here with a spoon or a pretzel, or I do like it on cheese too, and dip and dip and dip. But you know what else it's good for? It's good as a topper, just a little bit on salmon. If you have a family member that goes, I don't really like salmon, okay, put a little maple or maple cream on top of your salmon. Changes the whole flavor. You could pop that under the broiler. It would caramelize for just a second.
Is that on soup?
This is in...
Like butternut squash or...
You could do this in a soup. Or what about just a whipped vegetable side? You could put it on your sweet potato. You could put it on any winter squash. I'm an acorn squash fanatic. A little dollop of this inside an acorn squash. Again, you only need a little, and it makes everything wonderful.
What I've done with it, made a vinaigrette with it.
Oh, I've never thought of that.
Ridiculous.
Oh, I bet that is ridiculous.
It is so good. Oh my gosh. And we have the olive oil. We have Curtis Stone's olive oil too coming up in a little bit. We're going to mention that. But we are already very busy. My producer is the amazing Rocky. He's going to keep me posted when this sells out. But you can use this in your cookies. You can use it. Man, do it on a croissant. You think you died and went to heaven. Put it over fruit. I love it on savory. Cheeses, salmon. I love it. You're right, pretzels.
Pretzels is great. You know, here's what I think is so special about it. A lot of people have never had maple cream, and even if you have had maple cream, you haven't had this quality of maple cream. Most maple cream is not made from pure, single-sourced maple syrup. So that's what makes this so special. We're heading into the sweet holiday of Valentine's Day. You may have a Galentine's event. Make a charcuterie board. Put this out as part of it. Let people experience something that is so unique, so very Vermont, and so heavenly.
Look at here. This is my crew. my eating crew that comes in. Are you ready, everybody? What do you think? Have any of you never had it before? What do you think? Isn't it? It's like maple syrup gone insane. All right, you guys stick around. I need you. I need you to eat everything.
3 great words: no added sugar, pure maple syrup.
It's a treat.
It is a treat.
And listen, I get it. It's not cheap, but we're honest.
Absolutely.
It is worth way more than we're charging for it.
Because you can't find this very many places.
Do it with a pretzel. All right, it's going to sell out. 085-319. Stephanie, you are coming back.
I am.
Because we have incredible noodles coming up, and the last of our miracle noodle, right? So that's coming up in just a bit. By the way, really quickly, I have olive oil from Curtis Stone. This is one of the